PG-13. It's always rated R. Should we start?
Yeah.
Okay.
X.
What's up? Another episode of NC-17 TeaDB. Here we go.
Oh yeah, take it off.
Oh boy. You won't believe the age of this tea. Yikes.
Hey, we're trying not to get
That was
censored
bad.
by big tech here. So,
Yeah.
Shout outs to you two.
We got some Rougui. We got some roasted goodness. I'm gonna go a little hard on this.
Yeah, do it, man. So this is from Old Ways Tea. It is a Rougui, and this may have been given to me by Zealousy, I think. But yeah, I've had some teas circulated from Old Ways Tea to us before, and this one is from spring 2020, so it's given a little bit of chance to calm down. You can only imagine how strong that roast would have been a year ago.
It's so fragrant already. Oh
yeah.
My goodness. Definitely needs a rinse. A little tea bubbleage going on here. Try not to murk myself. Wow.
That one's for you, Rinse Drinker 42. No, that's an actual person. They troll us, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
I gotta imagine they created that account for us. I think they may have had an aneurysm when you gave a tea a long rinse. And then when you do double rinse, they're just like, my heart! You stabbed me in the heart!
Yeah.
Smells good.
We're tea savages over here. Shout out to all the people. I had some guy hit me up from the Czech Republic who, shout out to you, man, and on Reddit. Yeah, this is cool. It's cool. It's fun. I like it.
Yeah. Did he have an appropriate sense of shame?
He shamed me. That was all it was. Like, I can't believe you guys.
Yeah.
You fools. Okay, that was less. So that's a much lighter. So we'll start with this. It's cool. Gonna get red. No, it was actually really cool. Because for whatever reason, me talking about filming out in the woods and not actually doing it, except for a couple of times, I apologize, everybody. TeaDB in between episodes are on my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
But
side hustle.
Yeah. So, started getting into outdoor gear making, outdoor backpacking, and then making his own gear backpacking, which is cool. Super cool. Yeah. So, stop by the Make Your Own Gear subreddit, MYOG, if you want.
Yeah, and maybe you'll figure out who Denny is.
You will. You will. I'm all over there. All right. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Ooh.
Kind of nice, sort of burnt sugar caramel thing going on here.
Yeah, totally. A little hint of plummy oolong vibe, fruit-wise. But yeah, lots of that classic rock taste. Exactly a little bit of that kind of caramel thing.
Mm. Yeah, you can certainly tell this is a yancha. It's very much smack dab in the middle, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Smells nice.
I can also tell this is a light rinse or a light steeping that this is gonna get. A little strong.
You can also tell this is clearly a mid to high fired Rougui. It's not the lightest roast you could possibly do on something like this. Just from the fact that the roast is pretty front and center.
Why? So that's obvious to me, but I've also had so many of these teas before. So what about this tea brings you to that conclusion?
Right. It's a combination of when the roast was done, and so we know this tea was in 2020. So if it was a lighter roast, we'd expect less of the roast to be sort of in the forefront of it. So you could definitely taste sort of that charcoal-y type roastiness. And we'd expect that to slowly die down over a year. If we had this in a year, it'd taste different. The roast would not be as strong. Right. But we know it's 2020, and you can taste the roast enough that I'm pretty confident this is not a light roast.
Totally. You can also look at the leaves for you folks at home and see after you steep it a couple times, there'll just be a little bit more of a greenness.
Yeah.
But these are, as James was noting, quite dark. Really not much green.
What's your roast preference on these, Denny? Do you tend to like it when it's a little lighter processed, lighter roasted, or
I like this or more.
Okay.
I think it just accents that rock taste better, and I think that the greener Louis that we've had almost are a little bit, they're not bitter, but they're just so tannin-y and mouth puckering for me. I feel like the roast cools down a little bit of the green flavors, which I like in other teas a lot, right? but with something like this, it just doesn't feel quite right. So I really enjoy.
So this level of roast would be
Perfect.
acceptable.
Yeah, perfect for me. Whereas I love JD oolongs, for example. So you know, it's not.
So it just sort of depends on the style of tea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this just in general, this processing works well with this the material.
Right.
So quite tasty. You know, this is like the classic Rougui.
Yeah.
And this is like fitting right there in that profile too.
Yeah.
Quite tasty.
Yeah. I mean, I think you and I both enjoy the classic Rougui too, so that is all right by me.
Do you think a coffee drinker would like this?
I think so. Unless they're a hater coffee drinker. In that case, subscribe. Ironically, of course. No, I mean, it's got a roasty taste. It's nice and strong.
Exactly.
I think it's a fairly robust brew. This is not like a light, very floral Taiwanese oolong that might be a little more hit or miss for a coffee drinker. So, yeah, I think this would be a pretty good brew, actually, for a coffee drinker.
Me too. And I think if you are put off by the intensity of a pu'er, but you love a bitter coffee, this might be a good middle ground for you.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take another look at this. It's a little bit of some greener within browner spots, but in general the material looks really homogeneous. I mean, the cinnamon, sweet, caramel, minerally, a little bit of fruit, and then the flavor when we're drinking it is so much more like just desert rocks and mineral. Oh, yeah, I love that. I love how these teas can be so different smell to taste. So really fun.
Yeah, desert rocks, not humid rocks.
Moon rocks, actually. These
Moon
taste
rocks.
like the moon
Okay.
rocks that I lick regularly at home.
Okay.
Yeah, got them on Etsy.
Yeah. All right, Bezos.
Yeah. Cheers. I like how much tea. So you usually like really load these up, and I think that these Rouguis can handle that.
Yeah.
At home, I wouldn't use as much, honestly, but I feel like this tea specifically handles it great. I was a little bit worried about it getting a little bit too mouth puckery, but it's perfect.
Right, yeah. I mean, I like my Rougui tea to be really, really rich and stuff, and to do that, I think it really rewards just loading up the pot as much as you can. So I think this would qualify. I mean, it's pretty full.
Yeah. I love the material. It's really clean. I like the texture on it, like this medium light.
Yeah, very classic. I mean,
Totally.
it tastes those minerals. It tastes like a Rougui yancha. Yeah.
It's really good. We have a lot more tea to drink, so let's call it there.
We do, yeah.
Where can people grab this?
Yeah, so oldwaystea.com, or you can just Google Old Ways Tea. This is the A1 Rougui. Whoa, losing some leaves here. So that's where you can find it. You can find us on the internet, on the YouTube. So subscribe if you like us, subscribe if you don't. If you're kind of in the middle of the road, subscribe anyways, and hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video. And we will see you all next time. Over and out.
Peace.